I'm still waking up myself. So, I am sitting here today at one of my favorite truck stops, waiting for the ground to warm up just a little bit because I have some work I'm doing on the sheepdog farm. It's landscaping work, actually. I'm working with some trees and some rocks and some planty beings, and I really enjoy it. I'm grateful for it. And you know what I realized too is it's the perfect kind of work for what's going on astrologically right now, especially because we've got it's not just Mars and Venus conjoined in Capricorn, which I have Capricorn stellium. My Venus is in Capricorn. My Sun is in Capricorn. So like that energy definitely affects me. And my moon sign is in Pisces. It's what a truck just passed by. It's delivering the difference, right? And I suppose in many ways, and so it just popped into my head is like, if you want to know why I'm different, that's why. Like, how often do you see Capricorn Sun, Pisces Moon? I haven't seen it too often. Anyways, actually, now that I think about it, most of my main three are pretty darn like they're the more ascended signs: Capricorn, Pisces, Sag. And I have some Scorpio in there too. I've just got a lot of fun placements for various different metaphysical and mundane experiences. But as I was saying, moving rocks, having simple tasks, working with horses, working with my physical body, it's really good right now. And especially not having like I love working in kitchens, but there are some times, I mean, I have my own spaces and cycles, and when my Pisces moon gets me imagining, oh, sometimes that's all I can do. But it's nice to not necessarily have like a long list of 30 tasks that must be achieved every day. When you have things like Mars and Venus and Capricorn that meet up with Jupiter and Pisces, which is either just now conjoining with the Sun that just entered into Pisces, or it will soon. But like just going through all those energies. And then Pisces season is bringing a whole bunch of planets into Pisces too. And I recognize from watching my own patterns too, and watching other water signs and their patterns. People who have either water sign stelliums, like more than 4 placements, or they have a really strong sun placement in water, and or they have moon placements in water. Definitely get more affected during this time of year. So it's nice. It's nice to have simple stuff, to work with people that are adults. They're fine with what can happen when it can happen. It's not rushing, because that beautiful Jupiter and Pisces, I like it. And funny enough, in traditional astrology, before more planets and elemental bodies were discovered, ruled Pisces. So it's not unhappy in that placement. And Jupiter now rules Sagittarius. And either way, though, it's like about that. It's inner exploration, outer expansion. It's that Abraham Hicks manifestation energy. It's that Disney magic. It's that ancient ancestral magic. It's that blend of both the individual and the collective and the magic they can do with each other. It's all about expanding belief, right? And the beautiful thing is, there are so many things that you can learn, that you can expand upon your learning of magic, especially sympathetic magic, in doing menial tasks and manual labor, things like that. If you're not afraid to explore your inner world, that is. In any case, I'm also noticing too, like Mars and Capricorn. You know, it's funny. It's not that dissimilar from my Mars and Scorpio-ness, but it's more about going the distance. That's why I saw that Hercules sink. It's like, I can go the distance. No, I can go most anywhere to find where I belong. I think that's what it is. But it's very much like, yeah, it's a mixture between that of like I can do it, I could be my own hero, and that like Shrek, the ogres are layers of onions, not parfaits, that kind of thing. But it's also mixed in there with the donkey, like in the morning I'm making waffles, you know what I mean? Like there's a brattiness, a cattiness to it. It's goat, sea goat. And that energy is definitely pushing us to be like in a space of like there's work to be done. We got to get the work. Don't complain about it right now, but it's also like stop taking everything so damn seriously. Like, the more serious you think you have to be, I want you to stop and try to say what you have to say in a sing-song voice, because if you can't say it in your sing-song voice, you're not doing it right. And that's kind of it's funny, like, it's kind of the energy that I've been noticing. There's something that there's many videos I've been meaning to do, especially while we're in Pisces season, because it feels like a good season for doing videos about magic and manifestation and imagination and things like that. But there's one I've been meaning to do about sandbox seasons, maybe? I don't know, I'm still thinking of a name for them. There are certain points in time when energetically you might feel like there are things to be done, but you've already done the things that you can do, and or you must wait on other people to do people-y things before you can do more of your people-y things, or it's just not time yet, and it kind of feels like a waiting space, but there are things you can do. And what I've noticed those are a form of sandbox moment. And in sandbox, what I'm referring to actually is something like a Minecraft sandbox rather than a sandbox. Sandbox, for those of you who remember the time before computers and TVs were everywhere and we actually played in sandboxes. I'm glad that I got to do that. In any case, I'm talking more about a Minecraft type sandbox in the sense that, like, if you had like a flat 2D world and you could put 3D blocks on it and make something, like, what would you put there? But like, think of it more like in the now. Like, imagine that there are times when a portal opens up, and even though you can see everything in front of you in a 3D way, like I could see gas stations in front of me and cars and buses driving by, but like I also have an effect on all of these things. And it's like if I wanted to see a flag pop up into the field to my left, or I wanted to start seeing certain colors of trucks that drive by, or I wanted to see the swans that are usually over there and over there come over here, or I'm not sure fully how to explain it yet. That's probably why the video has not been done yet. It's kind of like learning to explain timelines and timeline jumping. I've done some, but they're pieces for a reason. So I've noticed that this is one of those sandboxy sort of periods. It's not like there are other sorts of sandboxes too, where it's like creating certain bits of consciousness in order to cooperatively manifest something. But that's, see, again, this is part of the challenge with Moon in Pisces and then having Jupiter in Pisces, because it's like if I could send you the feeling of the thought right now, you would totally get it. And maybe I can't. Maybe you do totally get it right now, some of you who have that ability. But it's one of those more than words sort of thing. Like, there are words for it, but it's better when you arrive there in your own space and time, at your own pace, in your own delicious ways. You go through your own ego traps and you get there and you're like, oh. But in any case, that's the sort of energy that's going on. And it's definitely, I'm excited because I realize today is the 8th day of my Mars and Venus 30 days count up, down. And I'm seeing a lot more stuff that lines up with the 17th month, and then also with this, like, do you believe in magic? Do you believe in miracles? Which, it's funny, like, there's that song, do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? I think I sung that wrong. But then there's another one, and I want to sing it a similar way. I want to hear somebody do like a mashup of them, and it's that I believe in miracles since you came along. You sexy thing now, sexy thing now. Like, oh, that's funny. Semi truck passing by literally says another cool move. Like, thank you, Spirit. I've been calling that a wink from Spirit. Abraham talks about when Spirit winks at you and stuff. It's different than syncs. It's not a lot different than syncs. It's a form of synchronicity. It's when the universe is like, yeah, I see you. I see you over there making your cool moves. But yes, that energy has come up, and you know it's almost more distracting. Is like I can feel more thoughts from my DM in these moments, these Jupiter and Pisces moments, the spirit, the increase in magic, the increase in spirituality, and like that creates. It's funny. I want to say distraction, but it's not distraction because I actually enjoy it. But it definitely is like a marked difference from like before when he was trying to like block off things. And the funny thing is like I've not been calling them in for a long time. They come in like when somebody's thinking about you, you can always tell. You just have to get through your own ogre layers of onions in order to be open enough to tell and to decide do I want this? Do I not want this? You know what I mean? But there's also other DM energies that have been coming in, coming out, but it's very like I don't know, one of the shadowy sides of Pisces is like this like 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of energy. A lot of water signs kind of have that. Like earth signs typically we'll put our feet in one side, and even if it's the wrong side, we'll be like, no, I'm staying here and you're not making me move. Water signs are more like, I've got 1 foot over here and 1 foot over there. Don't make me leave. Don't make me leave one side. I want to keep, nope, I'm keeping 1 foot here and 1 foot there. And just as stubborn, like, it's so funny. And air signs are typically like, I'm above you all. I'm in the wind. Why do I have to worry about sides? I don't have to worry. I'm the one that chooses the sides. And then, what do we got? Fire signs are just like, what's that scene from Labyrinth? Like, kill it all. You know, like, just burn it all. No. I don't have to stand on any sides, and I don't have to stand above you because I can suck in the air and burn away the earth. And then also, come here and be warm in my little... Come here and be warm by my heat. Crest. Interesting. Delivering promises and driving success. See, this is part of what I mean is like you can learn a lot of things just by being out in the world, and you never know what you might learn from a truck passing by. Yes, so this is the energy going on, and I'm about to muster up my Mars and Scorpio energy and go bust some moves, doing some landscaping, and then I have, well, I still have the same amount of time at the stables that I do most days, but it's going to be a full turnout day, which from what I understand, like all the horses will be out. There are 50 horses. I love it. It's a lot of work, but I love it. And I'm gonna walk all of them in, and I'm still learning everybody's personalities and stuff. And it's more work than you'd think. Even just walking them in and out it's more work than you'd think. And carrying around heavy buckets of grain. But you know what? I'd rather carry around heavy buckets of grain and work with horses than to carry around heavy buckets of shadows. You know what I mean? When you release those shadows and you open up to your imagination, your belief systems, you work on them, you get them where you want them, then anything you might carry in the 3D, it's such a minor thing, you know what I mean? Alright, y'all, I'm gonna get off of here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm aware that it's a bit wishy-washy. That's kind of where my mind is today. It's why I have not done the vlog of this in the past couple of days. It's not that I'm like I'm not checked out. I'm totally here. It's just like I'm learning a new way to experience things I have experienced, and I feel like it's going to lead to much better words that are much more succinct. That even when I cabot trail, you'll be like, yes, I totally know what you mean. But for now, for those of you who are feeling similar energy, maybe you're a little tongue tied or you're just having trouble getting the words out, maybe there's some stuttering going on, don't worry. It will all smooth out and even out, especially with this Jupiter and Pisces energy. And once we hit Jupiter and Aries, oh, it's going to be a fun summer, probably like hot girl, hot guy summer kind of thing too. And then we'll come back to Jupiter and Pisces in October, and we'll have some more magic, and I'm excited for that. All right, y'all. I'll catch you next video.